Hello everyone, this is Maureen and welcome to this week's catch up on my Mosaic blankets. Today I'll be showing you the finished product from July's swatch and what I'm going to be putting together for the August swatch. But before I get to that, let me say thank you to each and every one of you that's stopping in for just a couple of minutes to see the progress on this blanket. Now remember, this Mosaic blanket is going to be a Christmas present for one of the kiddos. I'm trying to get at least half the kids. My goal had been to get all the kids, but I kind of knew in the back of my mind it wasn't going to happen. So I am getting like half of the family done this year, and then I'll continue next year with the other half. But anyway, this is one of those blankets, and we'll be discussing it here in just a minute. If this is your first time here, welcome in. I do hope that you'll stay and look at this pattern that I'm working at, and I do also hope that you will hit that subscribe button down there in the corner and look for the bell with those cute little hugs on the side, because it'll let you know every time I upload content. And if you go and check out on my channel, I have quite a bit. So go and peruse it once you get through with this video and see if there's something else that might tickle your fancy. Alright, so as I said, I have been working on the calendar blanket that's put out by Nikki. There is a link to her pattern if you wish to just go ahead and buy it and work on it at your own leisure. She is doing a monthly free tutorial. It is a crochet along, but I wanted to work at it on my own leisure, so I just went ahead and bought the pattern. Besides, I really liked the Mosaic and I wanted to have it to do again, and believe you me, I will do it again because it is such a cute little idea. I mean, each month has its own little emblems on it that represent the month, and it really has been enjoyable to create. So let me pop up a picture of the blanket. Nikki's holding it up so that you can see the whole blanket once she's finished with it, and then I'll get you caught up on what it is I've done with mine. So here's the blanket. Take just a moment to look at it. Now, as you see, most of her backgrounds, well, in fact, all of her backgrounds are white or red or green. Excuse me. And she does have in her pattern, folks, where you can do a reversible. I'm not doing the reversible. Number one, it takes more yarn. Number two, it also makes it a thicker blanket, and it's going to be pretty thick as it is and heavy, so I just chose to do the regular Mosaic with it. Now, here is my progress so far. Now, all I'm going to show you is just May, June, and July. If you want to see the whole blanket's progress, you need to go back and check some of my other videos. But you know me, I am a little bit different. I did not keep up with a traditional red, white, and blue here, but I did pick something that had a high contrast to it, and the yarn that I chose both for the white background and for the variegated both came from Hobby Lobby, and there you go. I really enjoyed doing this one particular pattern here with the Mosaic. I mean, the only thing I couldn't figure out is you know, it has the little camping tent. It had the little bucket, and that thing that looked, I kind of thought it might be a paddle to a boat or a like playing paddle board. A pickleball, maybe that's what it is. But the little item that made this hook and something down there, the only thing I could think of is maybe the line off of a fishing pole. What'd you think? You think maybe that's what it was? That was the best I could come up with. I mean, I don't know. I would have thought you'd want the pole and then the line coming off of it, but who knows. Anyway, those were the colors that I chose, and like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed getting her done. Now, August, well, if you noticed on her pattern, she chose a very bright yellow background and then black for the to outline the emblems on there. One's going to be a school bus and I think a pencil. Can't remember the rest of them. But anyway, my original idea had been to continue on with a solid background, which I'm still going to do, and another color for to represent school colors. Now, as I said, my original design had been I was going to have a bright red background, and then if you caught us on Twisted Fiber Friends, I bought some red heart yarn that had red, white, blue, red, white, black, and a little bit of gray striping in it. It's called the pooling yarn, and that's what I was going to use because the person that's going to get this blanket graduated from a school here in Arlington whose colors are black and red. Well, if you heard my review of that yarn, I did not like it. It is so stiff and so, folks, just making up the swatch, I did not like it. So I'm like, oh man, what am I going to do now? Because I don't think there's any way that I could crochet long enough with that there. And besides that, I haven't washed the swatch, but I'm even wondering if when it is washed up, if it will soften up. I mean, to me, folks, this is even stiffer than the original way back in the 60s and 70s when I first learned to crochet. It's worse than that, folks, as far as I'm concerned. Some of you, it may not bother you at all, but I didn't like it. But there was a yarn that we showed you that I did like, and just the name of alone told me school. So what I am going to use is another red heart yarn, but this one is called the Bitty Stripes. And if you saw us on Sunday TFF, I did make up a pretty swatch of this, and it's going to be my contrasting color that all of the little pieces, the patterns, you know, that she uses for the month of August are going to show up in. So I'm very excited. I'm glad I worked this up. And if you remember, this colorway is Crayola. What better colorway to use for August, the start of school and everything, than Crayola? Yes. And what I am going to put with it is a very light tan. So yeah, it's not your traditional school bus yellow and black or the school colors, you know, but I really like this, and I thought what a pretty compliment to put in there, especially like I said, when it said Crayola, I mean, that was kind of like a no-brainer. That's what I'm going to do. So I will get this finished. I mean, I know this is the 20th of August, but folks, there's only like 18 rows for each panel, so that won't take me but a few days to get through. So I'll be showing that to you again this next week, along with, I hope, another mosaic that I just recently picked up, but I'm just going to leave that as a surprise. All right? Okay, so that's all I have for you for today. Just this one blanket that I've been working on. The rest of them, you know, it's a funny story on the rest of them. I packed them up because we thought we were leaving this week to go to a job site, but plans change as they normally do. And so they're all sitting over in my camper, Ruth. Many of you know that's her name. And so I'm going to have to go over there and pull out some of my projects that I kind of, you know, just put on hold. I kept just a few out to work on while I was waiting, but Now I gotta go and grab them back out, but oh well, that's just how life goes. So thank you once again for joining me. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Leave me a comment. Do you think I'm crazy for just going out of the norm of not doing traditional yellow and black? Do you think I ought to stick with my original idea of doing the school colors for this one particular person? I mean, there are other yarn companies that will make a red, white, and black variegated yarn, and they don't have to just stick with the pooling yarn from Red Heart. I mean, I'm sure I could find somebody else, but let me know what you think about this Crayola pick. I just really think it's gonna be cute. Anyways, so once again, thank you so much for joining me. Always remember to be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know. Could be your light they're waiting to see, and you have a special light, so be sure and let it shine. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.